you got it, pay for it. If you can't pay for it, sit down. So when I started doing the interpretation thing and food thing, I was already told, no, you got the wrong clothes, you got the wrong utensils, you got the wrong food. So I had to grow the food. I had to learn how to raise the animals. I had to learn, and it was all about this game of authenticity and creating this illusion. Because historic interpretation is drag. You know what RuPaul says? We're born naked and all the rest is drag. So that's exactly what it is. And it's a one-upmanship game, right? Of who can be more authentic. But it's foolish because at the end of the day, I'm still gonna go home and watch Bigfoot. That's my favorite thing to watch after do interpretation, is to go back to the hotel room and watch the little Bigfoot chaser people, because they're never gonna find it. But it's so ridiculous. It's the antipode of talking about slavery all day. Talking about slavery all day hurts. And it's not like I can give it up because the story has to be told. And it's not always I don't want to say a negative story, but it's a story of triumph and survival, not just the other stuff. And also a story of connection. Because I don't do this to make white people feel guilty. I want white people to be woke. Your guilt does nothing for me. If you're woke and you're an American with me, that's what I want. If you're woke and you're a Southerner with me, that's what I want. I mean, I am trying to lead Bacon's rebellion in the 21st century. I think all this nonsense we're going through right now could be solved if the black belt, the dust belt, the cold belt, and the rust belt figured out we got more in common than we are different. Especially when it comes to our pocketbook and our welfare in society. That'd be a whole different America. we get over this stuff real quick. But we'll talk about that another time. I want you to understand some of these things I'm talking about. So, when Killer Mike got on that, Killer Mike's been busy, rapper. So we talking with Bernie Sanders and whatnot, and he did this program in Atlanta, and I didn't realize that after all these years of doing this, going to these plantations, doing the Southern Discomfort Tour, going to the South, trying to find my roots, getting these skill sets, learning how to butcher, learning how to ferment stuff into, potables, and, doing all this stuff. I just thought, I took in what everybody else was giving, right? Oh, that's nice. It's a nice little hobby, it's a nice little whatever. And I knew I was doing something a little bit, but I was humbled. I couldn't get beyond what people were saying to me. Then I saw Killer Mike do this video a couple months ago, and I broke it down for me. He was like, in this church in Atlanta, he used some salty language. I'm not gonna repeat the salty language. But let's just say it was very hypertensive. And he just said, how many of y'all know how to grow your own garden? How many of y'all know how to do this? How many of y'all know how to raise some chickens? How many of y'all know how to raise your own eggs? Know how to fish? And the same 15 people raised their hand at this crowd of, several hundred people. And he said, y'all ain't ready for no revolution because you can't feed yourselves. So then it got to me. And then the other part that got to me was like, this Southern food thing was $1 billion industry that black people had very little part of. And we're in depressed communities where people yell at our kids talking about how they're lazy, how they should just do something with their lives, they go to work. Well, why are our kids raising the Carolina Gold rice that all these Southern chefs need? Well, we need a couple things. We need land. We need our land restored to us. We need access to easements to help us have these kind of businesses where we produce food, because everybody has to eat. We also need Black history education, multicultural education in our schools. Everybody knows that we are heirs. We're the creators, the originators, and we're going to be the detonators if nothing else is going to work, to our cultural legacy, and that's cultural capital. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not against white people playing the blues. That's cool. But you would struggle to find the old school black blues culture that you once did even 50 years ago. When you go to a Memphis or New Orleans or wherever, or on the Delta, the banjo was